YouTube, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Hendrick back with another one. Today we're gonna react to. I found this on my page. I think it's called 8 at the Table. If you want to check them out, that's their YouTube handle. So it's the number 8 at the table. They got a lot of videos, but they're talking about infidelity and cheating in relationships. So I wanted to react to this short clip, and without further ado, man, let's get to the video.
70% of the time, it's not seeking sex. They're seeking an emotional need that's not being met in the relationship.
Talk about it.
So in a lot of cases, especially for males, we're trying to explain how we feel, and it's not being responded to positively, or just in general, we're feeling neglected in many ways. So eventually it's human nature to go seek that elsewhere because that's a need that needs to be taken care of, right? So infidelity does not mean I'm trying to get laid, I'm trying to bust a nut, or any of that. Most of the time is that we're not seeing eye to eye, my needs are not being met, and for some reason I am finding myself finding others that are giving me the attention, the validation, the respect, the words of affirmation that eventually grow to now becoming physical.
Well, I like how you take it in.
All right, so I just wanted to react to what this brother says. So he's talking about it from a woman's perspective. Like, as you know, man, we typically, men and women are different, right, ladies and gentlemen? I think we can all agree to that. So, when a man steps out, it's just to bust a nut in most cases. It's straight physical. I'm not gonna say there's no instances where there's, they found something from another woman as far as like intangibles go, like, because there are instances where, hey, you're in a relationship, you meet another woman who might be more submissive, more sweet, more caring, asks you things that maybe your girl don't, maybe is a better cook, maybe rubs your back after a long day. She just more fun to be around. She gives you just this bliss that maybe you're not getting. So, there's a level of an emotional aspect to it when it comes to cheating. But most of the time, man, they just, they think what they dangling. So when they see, another woman that they like, they just gonna smash. So most of the time, men cheat just to F, really. Now, from a woman's perspective, in order for a woman to be wanting to, now there's instances where women just they see a guy, they just want to smash. Of course, that's human nature, right? So, but a lot of times when women, like, they gotta be into the guy, like if that guy's providing things that the other man is, on the opposite spectrum, as far as an emotional connection. Maybe he talks with her all day. They talk on the phone. She likes spending time with them. It's that guy's maybe her emotional tampon. She can confide in him in ways that her man, that she can't in her man. So once a woman starts developing that emotional and intellectual vibe with a guy, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, she's gonna eventually step out and they're gonna get physical. So the dynamic in which ways men and women cheat are a lot of times completely different.
Easy on the guys, right? I feel like this is true for a good man. Because, we all hear that, like, a guy cheats different from them when a woman cheats, because women, they look for validation. They look for what they aren't getting in the relationship. And guys, they just want to bust a nut.
That's not true, though.
I feel like that's what...
It depends.
I was about to say, Rico...
Is there clinical data to back that?
Yes. It's 70%.
Yes, for the numbers.
That engage in infidelity
Yes.
does for an emotional need. So if he says that he's trying to bust a nut, there's a deeper meaning behind that. Us guys tend to be very limited in vocabulary and are so disconnected from their own needs that they can even voice exactly what emotion
That
that
they need more.
right? So it might be that I need to feel desired And this individual that I'm trying to bust a nut with is making me feel like a king in the bedroom, and at home I'm not getting it.
So he's basically saying the thing, kind of the points that I made as far as like, instead of just the physical, like when a guy meets a man, when a man meets a woman who's sweeter, rubs his back, all those things, that all ties into what he's saying pretty much. So yeah, like I said, it's not always just a man just wanna is stepping out because it's just new. You know how they say, oh, hey man, it's just, what's better? The saying of, what's better than old, vagina, good, new vagina, basically. So, it all just depends on the situation.
It's not about the nut. It's about the experience and that emotional need.
Yeah. I mean, what he's saying is absolutely true. Like, if a man finds a woman, but like in relationships, like a man will cheat or quote unquote cheat, but he'll still stay with the chick she got, that he got at home. He'll still come home to, said woman.
Yeah, I agree with him to an extent. Now, here's the thing.
What if
I'll
it's
tell you
just
like
a
this.
moment of weakness?
See, now the leg is up.
That happens so.
I love the fact, right? It's just like I just have to be an analyzer at times. And I love the fact that the terminology that we're using. We have one person using the word cheating. We have one person using the word infidelity. Okay. Now, even though they kind of mean the same thing, I feel like there's different levels of severity for each. Okay. In my opinion, and this is based on stigmas, cheatings are for usually relationships that don't really have a end date or a set date to be married. Infidelity is usually a real serious relationship. Typically use infidelities and affairs within marriage or potential to be married people. Cheating, I feel like it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You can date.
He's got a good point. Let me let him cook it and I'll respond to that.
6 months, and I cheated on you.
The act is still the same. The impact and the consequence is still the same. So whether you put a dress on it, a pig is a pig.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You're trying to dress up, right? You see that?
So like the infidelity, that term is more used in a marriage, and the severity, like cheating and infidelity, it's the same act, but depending on the status of that relationship determines the ramifications and the impact and what's the effect of that infidelity taking place. Like more serious cheating is when a guy, whether it be a man or a woman, is literally in a hole, gets with another someone outside of their significant other, and has a literal not it's more than just affair, because affair is more synonymous with just I have a guy has a mistress, he's just effing her, they going on trips or whatever, just the F. He's masquerading business trips, is really just trips for his side chick to just smash. Like when it gets severe is when typically a baby's involved, when baby's conceived from their rendezvous, or when a new relationship blossoms and he just provide more than peen, provide more than that Johnson. He providing emotional, he providing financial. He basically got a whole nother woman. So that's when things get conflicted. And honestly, what causes the biggest damage with cheating and infidelity is when it's a secret. That's when things go left, and why women get upset at guys when men quote unquote cheat. The act is painful, but it's the secret and the lies that women don't like. And the reason why they don't like that, it creates a level of the trust is gone, because you're doing things in the dark and in the shadows that she's oblivious to. And when she finds out, and if she doesn't find out from you, it's almost as if it's an act of betrayal. That's why, fellas, women and men alike, man. You get in a relationship, if you have that itch, you want to smash other people, just be upfront. I'm not a proponent of monogamy, anyways. I don't think it works because I don't believe. I believe monogamy should be a choice and not something that's just forced down your throat. That's just my personal opinion, but I feel like women should be monogamous on their side, and men, if they have the means and have the ability to have and provide for more than one woman, then they should be able to exercise that right. But they got to be forthcoming with it. That's a conversation you need to have with your woman. Hey, I believe in such and such. I believe, in having more than one woman. That's a conversation that needs to be had. Or if you want, whatever your dynamic is in your relationship, if you feel like you want to step out, you want to bring other people into the equation, have the conversation. Don't just go do it. A lot of times people will just sneak, they'll masquerade this monogamous relationship and go step out and go bang other women. That's when you run into problems.
I'm glad you caught it.
But the funny thing is, like, even though we dress it up, why have two words that mean the same thing?
Well, but that's what synonyms are.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's just a synonym.
No, that's not a synonym. These are direct of the same. Synonyms can also have slightly different meanings. These are directly the same.
No, synonyms are typically
so what do you think? Would you use them interchangeably, or do you think that they have
exactly the same thing?
So now
it's the same act, but the verbiage is constituted depending on the union of that relationship. That's why people use it differently. Infidelity and stuff like that is normally for relationships that are serious, have some sort of commitment. There's a family, there's marriage. Those things are more synonymous with infidelity. Cheating is more just boyfriend, girlfriend, and cheating could mean, and a lot of people's eye to the masses, cheating is, it's more just it's a physical, all right, you cheated on me, you smashed this dude, you smashed this chick. That's how it's kind of masqueraded and how it's framed by the world today. Infidelity is deeper. Like, it's an affair. It's he or she is in a whole nother relationship, has a whole nother family, in my opinion. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I would love to hear, y'all thoughts and comments on this one. Let's continue.
The clinical term is just.
Have you ever been? Well, not you, because you've been married for 10 years, or with your partner for 10 years. No one that I've ever met in my life had a girlfriend that they did not see that they were marrying. They were just a girlfriend, right? Has said, "Damn, bro. I was trying to, but did act infidelity." No, it doesn't happen. It's usually I cheated or I got caught cheating. I wasn't caught, being an infidel. Like,
no,
but he's a professional.
No client has ever came to me and said, "Hey, man, I committed an act of infidelity." No, it's like, "Yo, bro, I cheated, and I need help."
I mean, words matter, and I say that all the time. But like in this case, does it really matter?
I'm trying to tell you the severity from a guy's lens.
But he's also using
he's not just a regular guy.
Exactly, but he's a professional, and he's using the clinical.
Stop it. We're not
saying anything wrong.
I'm gonna say this. But I don't want to argue about
Stonewall right now.
Yes.
No. I
don't
do that.
What are you doing, bro?
Being on my side.
I'm checking
on my side.
So actually,
there's no conversation.
He's actually right? Because when a man cheats, a woman is more likely to try to make the relationship work. Because society has conditioned women to believe to fight for their family. When a man cheats, men are taught to replace their injuries. Meaning that if you cheat on a man, more than likely he's just going to replace you because he cannot deal with the consequences of being cheated on and the emotional labor that it requires to actually rebuild the relationship. Men
let me let him finish, and I want to expand on what he's saying there.
Tend to start to visualize things, right? Men tend to start feeling personally attacked in ways that they cannot comprehend. So it's a lot easier to evade those emotions and abandon it and just replace their partner, thinking that's gonna take it away. But in reality, that PTSD will last up to 5 years. So even though you might think it's not affecting you, but brother, it is. No matter who you're with, their cell phone ring, you're triggered. They have not texted, you're triggered. They're dressed a certain way to go out without you, you are triggered.
He's right about that.
Right? So men and women deal with infidelity differently based on social condition. And now, if you could even take it to another route, is that women have the most to lose through a divorce. So therefore,
wait, say that again, because this comes up all the time.
Aaron said, not Aaron Campbell.
Where men are saying, I see this every day in the comments. The reason why men are no longer seeking to get married in droves is because they believe that they have so much more to lose.
It's not true.
Am I wrong? You see this?
I mean, not in the comments, but I've definitely...
It's a general matter.
Yeah, that's a general matter.
Any man with money, yes, he does. I don't care what clinical scientist has to say about that.
Okay, but that's assuming
we know this. Maybe if we take all men in general, because not, again, 85% of this country does not make $100,000 a year, so I can understand. But we taking people who make money, only 5% of women make.
If we're just being honest, like whoever has the most money has the most to lose in a relationship, because when you unify assets and you become one, typically most people join accounts and whatnot. So if you divorce and you are looked in people, and that's why I don't believe it's not the marriage. I don't think marriage isn't the issue. The issue is state sanctioned marriages because there is a third party involved and they're ultimately the judge, jury, and executioner on how you guys decide to split assets. That's the problem. So and if women are the breadwinner, they fall victim to this too. So it's not a gender thing, but typically, most men have more to lose because women typically want to date up. In most cases, most women don't date down. They want to meet someone at their financial level or above them. So typically that risk, if you do a state sanctioned marriage, falls on man. So the breadwinner has a lot more to lose. So I just want to give my 2 cents there.
Over 6 figures.
That's such a small percentage of
the
people,
type of
though.
relationship where a man makes like a significantly amount more than a woman.
And we're also only talking about money. There's way more to lose than just money.
Custody.
Business.
So when a man or woman get divorced, in most cases the women tend to have a higher rate of custody of the children, right? So that means that at any time she wants to go out, have some alone time, or go on vacation, and etc., she got to figure out what babysitting looks like. It's very, very easy for the partner that doesn't have the majority of the custody to just say, I can make it today.
Bullshit.
Right? That happens. Hold on.
I agree, but then I don't. You want to know why? Because women understand these things, but yet because women are so driven by the financial backing the financial gain that they would get from a divorce, especially if they're married to a high earning individual, they'll overlook that because there's ways around, and a lot of times, the men will still be in their kids' lives. The men will still raise the children. Women will overlook all of these, I can't go on trips and all that stuff. Women, trust me, women will find a way. They'll leave they kids at they grandmama house, they mama house, all this stuff. If they have a lot more to gain from the finances, bro, they don't care about none of that stuff this man is talking about. We see it all the time with Anthony Edwards' baby mama. You think she care about being able to travel? No, she a millionaire now as a result of having that man's child. We see it all the time. As long as there's a substantial financial gain for that woman to garner from the divorce, She overlooks. She'll figure out a way to maneuvering. Find a way through all of this BS. So
There's more.
He's a new dad.
it is
I'm a
BS.
bro dad, not a new dad.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 kids, 2 under 2. Do not recommend.
Oh wow.
Right, and also again, like having the children primarily with you requires that you are being more thoughtful about your schedule, where you could go to, and all of the responsibilities that requires. Secondly, your social circle and your support network tend to shame single moms. We've seen it all over social media. It's their main attack. You're a single mom, so something is wrong with you. Third, finances, your favorite subject. Men are more likely to men make on average 6 times more money than women. So that means this divorced woman has less income and more responsibilities when you tie in with the children. So on average, women have a lot more to lose socially, financially, and in terms of responsibility when it comes to males. Hence why they try very hard to maintain their relationship. On average, out of all of the infidelity couples that I have served, 99% of the first phone calls and consultation calls are initiated by women.
So, yeah, I'm gonna pause it there. This guy here, very interesting take here.
Those
Very interesting. My overall thoughts is what he said is technically he's not wrong, but in 2025, I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of women don't care about none of the stuff that he's saying because the money trumps all. They'll figure out a way to have a social life. These women are gonna be. If a woman want to be outside, trust me, whether she have children or not, she gonna find a way to be outside. So, and he's saying the financial aspect, women don't have. Yeah, because when they get the divorce, the one, if she's the one who was dependent on that man to live a certain lifestyle, she's gonna benefit because she's gonna be awarded spousal support from said husband. I mean, obviously, if you're married X amount of years, if they have kids, you're gonna get child support from the man. So that eliminates the financial problem right there. So, but this is an interesting topic, man. Let me know y'all thoughts. Please like, comment, subscribe. Very, very interesting. This is a topic that's been an ongoing topic for years and will continue to be an ongoing topic. Just like women don't care about the ramification of divorce, or how they're perceived being a single mother. They don't care about being 304s and being thoughts out here. They're going to do what they do. They're liberated. And if a woman's going to, at the end of the day, if a woman want to be a 304, she's going to be a 304. Women are okay being single mothers. If they're garnering a significant amount of money as a result, they don't care about that. They don't care about title, status, none of that crap. As long as they got bank account, they can travel, they can buy designer clothes and do the things that they want to do on their terms, they don't care. So please like, comment, subscribe, man. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back with another video. I'm out, y'all. Peace.